Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another enchanting tale in the world of Kriegeland. Today, we have the post-survival wave condition of Braxton and Connor. Connor, you came out of the Arcane Engine first, a giant red scorpion barreling down upon you. You felt extreme flashes of pain, and then you kind of woke up in a bed with a bunch of healers and clerics and like trauma surgeons around you, putting your arm back on and whatnot. So you kind of freak out for a second, but then after all the healing magic goes through, you're full health and you're kind of back. You're like, oh man, like just absolutely terrifying. And then just a few moments later, you kind of sit up out of bed, and then another bed gets suddenly like a teleported swirl of pink, and you see the ripped apart Braxton's probably crying out as they quickly run over and put him together and heal just the little minor heals to keep him alive, and then kind of stick him back together and do a big healing spell. Some pretty high level clerics that work for the king, so it's not too big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's rough.
But a terrifying situation to face certain death and have to deal with it. But maybe some hardened hero lessons learned.
Could be.
As you guys sit up and kind of like address, you look around and there's only a single doorway that has a downstairs that's going down in the tower. And you're in a room in Bolerio's tower at the ever shifting layers that you can never tell what floor you're on. You never know what room you're in, like, and they like change around.
The Hogwarts things.
Yeah. You guys wake up and Bolerio is standing in the doorway. You do not see your companion Helios nor any of the other heroes, but you do see along all the little trauma beds around you, little blood stains and things everywhere. People are like cleaning up, and Bolerio kind of taps his staff on the ground and is like, "Get out, all of you!" He dismisses all of the clerics and the healers and surgeons. And
Wait,
whatnot.
before you go, I need a mirror. So I check it. Is it no scarring? Okay, I'm good.
she nods, like, scurries out. So Bolerio's staring at you guys with a kind of a squinty-eyed rage that you've never really seen before. His face is cowled in a way that you haven't seen nor would you necessarily expect. And he says, "In all of my years, I've never been so embarrassed to think that I gave you every chance, every advantage, and even a riddle as a clue, and you scored less monsters than those filthy dwarves." He says, "Prepare yourselves for training and join me downstairs." And he walks down the stairs.
He doesn't understand. We can't win all of them. What fun is that? Gotta get that money. Gotta be an underdog sometimes. Mm-hmm. Wait, are we gonna talk about where's the pacifist? Did he not make it?
Is he dead?
I hope so. That was freaky. I'm not sure I've ever seen such rage in a man's face, except for Bolerio just now. All right, let's get ready to train, I suppose.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, all right.
Mostly.
You have those scorpions in your hometown?
Yeah, everywhere.
What a wretched place.
Vanderrock is a wretched place for sure. Yeah.
All right.
They're not everywhere. They're pretty rare, but I was saying, like, you probably haven't seen one in real life, but you've definitely heard of them or like seen like cave like paintings of them and stuff. Your little guys' little leather tribal arts of the dreaded thing, the Crimson Death or whatever they reference it as.
I'm sure they make armor out of their
It's probably good.
shells.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Okay.
Okay, so you guys head down the stairs and it leads down to what looks to be the main floor, but it's set up to be a different look than it was before, and it's just kind of an open warehouse. And you can see there's a few chests sitting out that are all emptied except for one that has 2 sacks of some sort of coinage in them.
Okay.
And everyone else is gone, and Bolerio's you can see that he's outside warming up the Arcane Engine.
Oh no. Yeah.
You approach and there's like a little note left behind from the King Alroy that says, "Braxton and Connor, I set up a bounty for the monsters you killed in the Arcane Engine, even though they're not real. Just, So each of you get one of those sacks of coins, and they each have 100 gold in them.
Yeah.
Rich. But the king mentions in his note that Bolerio said he wanted to speak with you, so I didn't get to announce your rewards with the others. But we'll see you in town, and he marks it as like, we'll see you in town for the party kind of thing. Bolerio comes in and sees you guys. Come on. We've got some things to talk about before we get you into the Arcane Engine.
Yeah, all right, let's go. 100 gold. It's like one night of revelry.
Oof, that's a lot of revelry. Mm-hmm. You could really party for like 5 gold.
Parties
like,
I've seen.
Parties, you're right. You've kind of snuck into some noblemen's parties with your falsified documents and seen some stuff. Maybe a few hundred gold go down, but that's ballroom level stuff. This is just, town partying, hitting the club type stuff. Yeah. But Bolerio says, he goes, first I need to ask, I believe that I admit this is partially my fault for being so anxious to take Braxton under my wing that I foolishly took 2 of his allies without really consulting with the king as we were supposed to. So the first thing is, I have some sway with the king. Should we remove Helios from the team and get him switched to another? No. What do you guys think?
Helios. What do you think, Connor?
I don't know. He's pretty good when he's mad.
But when
he did rip a face off of a giant cobra.
He's never mad though. That's the problem.
We just gotta
This is a good question. Well, Bolerio, I feel that your initial wisdom was probably some sort of divine intervention. I feel strongly that we need to stay with Helios, even if he may be a handicap.
Then you two better fill in for that handicap.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The rest of the heroes are out in the town partying for 3 days. We have 3 days to get you ready.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
And he says, on the 3rd morning, the king will announce where to go for the next round of the tournament. But I expect you both to be better by then.
Yeah.
Now enter. And he swirls up a pink portal for you.
So I just turn over and go, blast, blast, blast.
Perhaps. I'm bringing in some help for this training session. Okay. More to listen to than just me, as it were. In fact, I'm going in with you.
Oh,
and he goes into the Arcane Engine.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you go in and you're in what looks like a giant warehouse-sized training dojo.
Okay.
Ooh.
And standing there with you, with the 3 of you, is a simulated arcane version of, and you guys probably recognize him from pictures or paintings, but it's Lysander Highforest, the noble archer of the original trio heroes.
There we go.
Standing in his sun-baked, he has this like sun-baked masculine kind of wood elf, persona, and he's like, well, if it isn't the weaklings, as you said, Bolerio. Sickening to think. And he's like, yes, enough. What did you have in mind for them, Lysander, my friend? And he goes, well, if they want to stop being novices, they're going to have to learn to dodge and to block.
Oh, no.
Your Lysander kind of like vanishes and disappears, and like 100 of them appear all around with bows drawn. So you guys, for the next 3 days, just do a series of obstacle courses where arrows are firing at you.
Oh my gosh.
And you have a bunch of goals and things you gotta do. So how we're gonna apply this is you guys are gonna for each day, you guys are gonna roll 1 just straight up D20 as a how well you did in training, how much effort you put in.
Got 3 of them right here.
And all that stuff. Now,
Do we do one at
we're gonna do no pluses unless you want to try to apply some sort of skill or something that you think that may apply, and then we'll talk about how it goes.
What about athletics?
Athletics is a good one for this one, so you can apply athletics.
All right, so +1 then.
I don't have any of that
So
stuff.
so for you, it's just you're just strictly taking to the training and trying to get your maneuvering and blocking and dodging down.
Yeah, there's no way to weasel my way out of this one. But if you can dodge an arrow, you can dodge a scorpion.
That's right. We all know the time. If you can dodge an arrow, you can dodge a scorpion's tail. Go! Dodge, dodge, dodge!
Go.
Are we
Block,
doing 3
block.
at a time or?
I'm gonna go all 3, I guess, just to see.
Let's do one at a time.
Okay.
Let's do each of
Pick
you
your
roll
best one.
day 1 training.
Okay, day 1.
Okay.
So we'll start with athletics. Actually, day 1 will be the arrow test, and there'll probably be
Okay,
different ones
let's
each
try
day,
it.
but let's see
Okay.
how you
I'm
apply.
gonna pre-roll.
So I get
before
+1.
Your athletics should be more than +1
It's your.
Oh, it's
because
what
it
the
should be. Are you
Oh.
proficient in it?
He's also
Yeah, I'm
so
So you get your proficiency bonus and
5
whatever the
plus
stat
5.
is.
+5. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
Toss it in there, buddy. What do you got?
Day 1, athletics.
18 + 5.
23. Okay, so Connor is at home, just rolling around, dodging arrows. And he even like occasionally blocks one with his dagger out of the air.
I'm just like
Yeah.
watching him, like, what is
What
going
is going on? Okay.
For how bulky I am.
Where was this agility? He must have just been scared of the scorpion.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. No bonuses.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Well, what
I
is
have a-
your strength?
My strength is negative
-1.
What's your dex?
My dex is +1.
Okay, just take a dex check then.
So
Because
+1.
you're just trying to dodge, yeah. So
I'm
just
not
plus
doing
1.
Athletics. It's more. 16.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
17 total.
Okay.
That was surprising.
So
bad.
you guys do
Not
pretty
terrible.
well, but Braxton, you get hit like once or twice, and every time you get hit with an arrow, not only does it a real arrow, well, a seemingly real arrow sticks you,
Most
but
of it
then
hurts.
all of the Lysanders all say in unison, they go, "Thou art but a novice."
These guys.
And you have to reset, start
Restart,
over.
oh,
But you
man.
guys make it through day 1 obstacle course, and you come out and you're exhausted, you're sweaty, you got arrow wounds in you. There's no heroes, there's no healers or anything to help, so you just have to bandage up and deal with it. And then Bolerio takes you upstairs to a place where there are just regular resting couches, not magically infused ones.
Oh.
And
He's really giving it to us.
Yeah.
And then he taps his staff and casts a little spell on the door that you guys are in the room, and it like you can see there's like a little flash of light, and then he opens it, and it's now a doorway that's behind the counter at Flaros, and you hear the big revelry of tavern partying going on, and he opens that door, and a extremely pregnant woman with dark hair comes walking in with like leather satchels that have Flaros logos on them, and he's like, yes, thank you, Cynthia. And they start talking for a little bit, and you can tell there's some sort of familiarity, and then they just start yelling at each other, like really awkwardly. Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever. She's like, yo, shut up, Dad, blah, blah, and they just start yelling, and you find out that Cynthia Darkmoon is Bolerio's, I guess, bastard daughter. And she runs Flaros. And then he shuts the door. He brings you the things like, you get 1 meal a day. But it's the meal of the heroes of Kriegeland, the meal of champions, and Flaros is number 1 and most important and most popular dish. The cinnamon crusted chicken.
Yeah. Cinnamon chicken. Okay. Always wanted some of this. I'm salivating already.
So you guys eat, and it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it would
So
be.
it's probably the best part of the day, other than Connor feeling just primed.
Yeah.
Okay, day 2, break at dawn before you even have a chance to get comfy. Giant augmented staff sounds shatter you out of your sleep. Come on, back into the engine.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, I brought another friend to join us. They go into the thing, and this time you're in kind of small, like fighting arena type dojo where there's just a single kumite stage and a bunch of fake kind of like they look like pixelated like fake people that are kind of in the stands watching. And standing in the arena is a human in full glorious shining white and gold plate mail. And
Sounds awesome.
Victor the Pure! Teach them what they must know. He's like, if you want to be a hero, you're gonna have to be able to deal some damage. And he goes like this. He pulls out his shield and it like glows with holy light. And he pulls out like his sword and he goes, "Come at me!"
Come at me.
So you guys spend the whole day, second day of training, of just trying to damage the king of tanks and self-healing.
Oh.
Just dagger, blast. So roll a d20 for your general training success on.
Okay.
You first day was dodge and block. Second day is
Are you adding a
blast.
modifier?
Oh, yeah.
Blast.
Do I get anything for it?
Yeah, do your attack roll.
So can I do my charisma then if I'm blasting?
Yeah. You do a
So-
spell attack roll. Yeah. So this is a training session you guys will actually should excel at.
Wait, so what should I roll then?
Either one, because it's strength or
Okay, so
dexterity are
just
the
plus
same.
5 again?
Yeah, plus 5
Yeah.
again.
18 again.
Oh!
And Bolerio is starting to curl up an eyebrow at Connor's successes.
Come on,
And
damage!
he looks at you with a extra judgmental look.
Come on, get it.
No, 12 total.
12 total.
Yeah.
Lazy! He's clapping his thing down.
I tried.
You call that blasting? Ah,
How am I blasting? Not blasting.
get upstairs and rest for the
I've got blastile dysfunction.
Right. Oh, so this would be the you've slept. This will be the second night you slept, which will be, let's see. Okay, so
This is
that's
the third.
it then.
Okay.
It's because
There's
it was
two.
just 3 nights
Ugh.
before the thing. So because of your output, this is how it goes. You remain the same, Braxton. If you did bad in the training, I was gonna give you like levels of exhaustion to start the adventure.
Okay.
But you're just
I'm
as
fine.
is.
You're just-
However, Cactus Connor starts flipping his daggers around in a way that he realizes that they're actually somatic movements with his fingers. Something comes into him and he figures it all out. He learns how to twist his daggers in ways he didn't know, and he levels up.
Oh,
Free adventure training session. Well, not free. He had to do good, but
You did
so
good.
you are level 3.
Nice.
And Bolerio goes, "All right, good. Go to rest. Here's some cinnamon chicken."
Oh, yes.
So good. I'm gonna make that one go.
You should. Just go get it.
Have you invented it yet?
But-
What? I've tried. Well, no, I haven't. I've tried it once, but I need like a grill to do it, not like an oven.
Yeah. Okay, and then as you wake up, as dawn breaks on the 3rd day, you feel a magical alarm ping into your consciousness, and the voice of King Alroy II calls out, "Ready yourselves for journey, and join the royal caravan at the Western Toll House by noon." And you just know that the Western Toll House is just on it's the western entry into the city. Connor would have passed it on his
I
way
know
in.
where it is.
Oh yeah, you both did when you both
I've
traveled
got
through. So.
Azure Gate intelligence.
Well, that's good. You came from Azure Gate through the West Toll House, so that does actually apply.
There you go.
Okay, so then next time
Next time.
shall be your guys' official
Okay.
match in the next round of tournament of the Heroes of Kriegeland. Connor,
Time to level up.
congratulations.
All right.
So you get your bonus HPs.